I scroll through posts and relaxed haired Facebook groups, a key question I tend to see a lot when it comes to relaxer stretching is how to keep new growth soft. Now, as I learn more about my own relaxed hair, I've started to feel that it's not so much that the new growth is hard, but that it's more coarse and not as smooth feeling and therefore harder to manipulate as my previously relaxed hair. So in contrast, the new growth just feels less soft. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say new growth, let me tell you what that is. So new growth is the term used for hair that is grown out of the scalp during a relaxer stretch. And this hair is, of course, in a natural state. Thereby, it has a different texture than the relaxed hair. Now, how fast your hair grows and how long you stretch your relaxers will determine how much new growth you actually have. Having more new growth can be a good thing for when you get a touch-up because there's more space between the relaxed hair and your scalp, so there's less chance of the relaxed hair getting relaxed again. Now, on the flip side, more new growth means you're having to deal with more when it comes to the different textures. Okay, now that we know what new growth is, let's talk about how to make it more manageable and feel soft. Now, there are 4 things that I do that could help you as well. The first thing is keep the new growth moisturized. Moisturized hair tends to be softer feeling hair. I pay attention to the moisture levels in my hair all the time, but really particularly when I'm deep into a relaxer stretch because I have a lot of new growth. I make sure to add moisture to my hair by deep conditioning weekly. When I deep condition my hair, I like to make sure I use heat from a heating cap or a steamer. Now, some deep conditioners that I like to use are the TGIN Miracle RepaiRx Deep Hydrating Hair Mask and the Eden BodyWorks Almond Marshmallow Split End Repair Mask. Another way I add moisture to my new growth is to moisturize and seal after washing my hair in a few days throughout the week. Now, when I moisturize and seal, I like to use a thick moisturizer like the TGIN Buttercream Jelly Moisturizer just because I find that particularly my new growth really responds to thicker moisturizers and really soaks in all of that moisture and that product right up, making my hair feel really soft and supple. And then I like to seal in that moisture by using a serum or hair oil such as the TGIN Argan Replenishing Hair and Body Serum. Now, another way that you can add moisture to your new growth is by pre-pooing, which is basically applying a conditioner or an oil treatment before you shampoo and doing a pre-shampoo treatment, hence the name pre-poo. Now, when I do a pre-poo on my hair, I like to mix a conditioner or two, like the Aussie 3-Minute Miracle Moist Deep Conditioner with a good natural oil like Jamaican black castor oil or even sunflower oil. The second thing I like to do is make sure to stretch the new growth. Now, this is something that took me a while to realize would be beneficial for me and to learn that I needed to do with my hair. Now, stretching new growth is helpful in so many ways. When my new growth is stretched, it stays moisturized for longer because the oils from my scalp can more easily travel down the hair strands because that hair is less coily and more straight. Plus, this also helps to keep my previously relaxed hair more moisturized, so I'm not having issues with breakage. Another benefit I found of making sure my new growth is in a stretched state is that it's easier to keep it detangled, so I don't have to do a lot of manipulation to my hair throughout the week and potentially cause some harm. Now, when I'm in a relaxer stretch, there are a few ways that I style my hair that really keeps my new growth in a stretched state. And the first is to do a blowout using medium heat and the comb attachment on my blow dryer. The second is to roller set my hair, making sure to use a lot of tension, which stretches out my new growth and lets it dry that way. The third way I keep my new growth stretched is by using a hair straightener or flat iron with light heat to smooth it all out. Now, whenever I use any type of heat on my relaxed hair or my new growth, I make sure to use a heat protectant like the Mael Mangongo Oil Thermal and Heat Protection Spray or the Mael Mangongo Oil Pomade to Oil Treatment. Third thing I do is keep the new growth untangled. Now, I mentioned having the new growth stretched is really kind of part of that, but it's only half the battle. Making sure that I regularly detangle is the other half of the battle. I found that when my hair is detangled, it's easier to moisturize it and it holds moisture a lot longer. Now, when I detangle my relaxed hair, I like to make sure I do it before I wash my hair, and usually I'll be pre-pooing at that time, so I'll have some product on my hair to give it some slip. And I will also detangle my hair when I am deep conditioning because that's also another time when I have product on my hair that has some slip. So I'm able to detangle my hair with less potential damage. Now, when I do detangling, I start with my fingers and then I move to using a wide tooth comb. I usually don't go with a narrow tooth comb just because that's gonna get stuck in my hair and cause some breakage. The fourth thing that I do is sweat less. Yes, I know working out is good for you and I work out several days during the week, even when I'm relaxed or stretching. But I found that the sweat resulting from the workout isn't so great, especially for my new growth. It makes my new growth revert from being smoothed or stretched so that it's coily again, which then can cause tingling and also affects the moisture levels of my hair. Additionally, the salt from the sweat makes my new growth feel hard and more prone to detangling, basically because it dries it out. So when I'm deep in a relaxer stretch, I try to do lighter workouts so I sweat less. I wear hair bands when I'm working out to soak up the sweat. I try to put my hair in a ponytail or bun to keep the new growth in a stretched state and also to keep my hair in place and off of my neck. I'll also use a dry shampoo like the Not Your Mother's Clean Freak dry shampoo to help soak up the sweat and the salt from the sweat. And I will sometimes even use a blow dryer to remove the sweat from my hair before it air dries. I do all 4 of these things every single time I am in a relaxer stretch. By doing all of them, I'm able to keep my new growth in a stretched state and have it be moisturized, soft, and manageable so I'm not having any issues, and I don't want to go ahead and end up getting a relaxer touch-up sooner than is best for my hair. If you want some more tips about dealing with relaxed hair in a relaxer stretch, such as shampooing your hair, go ahead and check out this video right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.